We begin our live team coverage in our nation's capital. CBS News Miami's Lauren Pastrana joins us from Washington, D.C. with more on the inauguration of President Trump. And Lauren, it's been a mighty long day of pomp and circumstance.
It sure has been an all-day affair here in Washington, D.C. You mentioned that pomp and circumstance. There's still more to come. Also, glitz and glamour with all those inaugural balls slated for later on this evening. We are anticipating that President Trump and his First Lady Melania Trump will be making appearances at various balls throughout the evening. Of course, we are going to stay on top of that, but all inaugurations are historic, right? For different reasons. This one's likely going to go down in the history books because of the frigid weather and how it forced so many changes to how this process usually takes place. Now, as you saw earlier today, the president, rather than being sworn in outside of the Capitol, he took the oath of office inside the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. Very tight quarters there. So many people jockeying for position to be in that closed room. And then they actually had overflow areas where he gave other speeches. After that, we're going to give updates on all of that in just a moment. What you were just watching, if you've been watching CBS News all throughout the day, was that presidential inaugural parade. Typically, you'd see it moving through the streets of Washington, D.C. Obviously very different, but you saw those bands and the color guards walking through the Capital One arena there. And then, of course, President Trump spoke and signed some of those executive orders. We'll have more on that as well. But right now, we want to take a look at this day steeped in tradition.
So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
And with that, the 45th president of the United States is now also the 47th, only the second president in history to serve non-consecutive terms.
The golden age of America begins right now. From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world.
The intimate and somewhat cramped crowd at the Capitol Rotunda included 4 former presidents and Donald Trump's wife and children. He called this Liberation Day.
My life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again.
After offering an inaugural address full of hope and patriotism,
national unity is now returning to America, and confidence and pride is soaring like never before.
He retreated to the overflow crowd in Emancipation Hall, where he gave off-the-cuff remarks.
I wish we could have had a better relationship between Republicans and Democrats. I was with Senator Schumer. I said, Chuck, I think it's time we all start getting along a little bit because it doesn't make sense.
Earlier in the day, President Trump attended a prayer service and then met with outgoing President Joe Biden and First Lady Dr. Jill Biden at the White House, a stark contrast to 2021 when Trump opted out of attending Biden's inauguration. Outside the Capitol building, the frigid D.C. streets not packed with the usual inaugural parade revelers. Instead, thousands lined up and even camped out at the Capital One Arena for a chance to celebrate with the new commander-in-chief.
We're feeling very excited. We're very happy and very blessed to be able to be here with the rest of the country and celebrate.
These women traveled from Miami Beach in hopes of witnessing history.
I love Trump, and he is going to do amazing things for us American people here. This country and worldwide, the whole world is going to be looking down upon him.
At the FIU Center in D.C., a group of South Floridians gathered for a watch party.
Congratulations.
Clapping and cheering as if they were there to see it in person.
I think this is Trump 2.0. He's had a presidency behind him to have the experience of understand the balance of his business experience and political experience. But I think he's shown to be a uniter.
I think he gave a strong message of what is to come, right? He gave a message of the golden age of America, right? I love how he mentioned all the wins that America has had in the past. And I love how he mentioned that he's going to assert peace through strength.
And President Trump signed a number of executive orders inside the Capital One Arena just moments ago. Before Mr. Trump signed the orders, he promised to sign pardons for those convicted of crimes for the January 6th storming of the U.S. Capitol.
You're going to be happy reading newspapers tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day.
During the celebration here, the president thanked each of his children one by one and even credited his 18-year-old son, Barron, with helping him win over the youth vote.